All right, good morning, F24s. This is the virtual team meeting for the Chattanooga Spring 2024 Green Prix out at Volkswagen again. This is, I promise, going to be short because there's another video I've done about a week ago that covers most of the big ticket items, and I want the teams to review this because it's important information. So let's just step through the slides and we'll hit the website again where information is and call it complete. So most of you have been out to the Green Prix before. The location's the same. You're familiar with Redoubt, Volkswagen Drive, 3/4 of the way around the roundabout this way, and that access road, and it'll take you to the spot. Okay. The overall setup, again, it looks like we're going to be basically the same amount of space we had last fall, and the pits. You guys, the pits tend to be a little bit tight, so let's do the same as last time. Really, park, squeeze in, work together. If you've got a trailer, the tow vehicle, the trailer, and the car, and any other support vehicles, please put over in this area if you can, right? And we'll try to work on making sure everybody has room. It's going to be crowded, right? We've got probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 16 cars between the middle and high schools. That's a pretty good number. So just work together on the pits. Let's see. So pre-race info video is posted, right? And it goes through a couple things that are very important. The volume on it's a little bit whacked. Hopefully this one's better. I don't know what happened to my microphone. But the video, and there's the link, you can see it. It talks about the presentation. It's a totally new format. It's not poster boards anymore. It's actually going to a tent and troubleshooting a car that's broken and trying to fix or figure out the 7, 8, 9 malfunctions and either fixing them if they're easy or at least debriefing what you found to the judges. Okay, and so that the checklist, so you can practice ahead of time, the rubrics, all of that stuff is on the Green Spaces website. Okay, so I would look at that. Again, there's the link. And then the second half's me being very angry with the angry face about all the black flags we had in fall 2023 and explaining the new-ish black flag procedures. Look, if you get if there's a simple black flag because the driver forgot their gloves and somehow they escaped out of the pits, something simple like that, you come in, you fix it, you get back out there. But what we were talking about specifically is black flags associated with accidents, and there were far too many. We had a student get injured. So black flags are really an all blame scenario. Two cars get together, you both get to come in, right? The hittee may get a quick drive-through. The hitter is going to stay and talk to the driver's coach. And there's 3 levels. One, the first time, okay, don't do it again. The second time, with a time penalty. You do it a third time, you're done for that race, maybe done for the day, right? So there's my angry face. Right? It's supposed to be fun, but it's no fun unstacking cars and taking kids to the hospital either. Right, moving on. All that's in that pre-race video. So website review, I'll go to that as soon as I finish the last slide. Get your paperwork into Green Spaces, right? The registration stuff. That really helps speed things up. If you're not sure, get a hold of Bryce, get a hold of Elizabeth at Green Spaces, and they can help you out. The other thing I'll mention, it's not on here, as the race approaches, I'm time-stamping this mid-March. If you find there's something wrong with your car and you need a little help, you're not sure what to do, don't be afraid to contact Bryce, and he can set up with our kind of roving repair team to come out to your school and take a look at what you've got and see what we can do. Again, we are very short on spare parts. Okay, so that's just a fact of life. The Saturday schedule, it's not quite finalized. The overall flow is there. There's going to be some tweaks to this presentation because you're going to come to the presentation tent, not with your car, because we're going to have a car already set up and already full of malfunctions for you to find. Right? So that should expedite that process. So it's there, and you'll see a more updated one here in the next week or so, but it gives you an idea as to what we're doing. Foot stomps. Part shortage, just said that, especially wheels. So Bill Perry, Bryce have been working on developing, actually building, cutting out wheel covers, for lack of a better term. And you may have seen those on one of the, I think Sequoia had it, I'm not sure which car, but they had what looked like wheel covers, and they help protect the spokes. And talking to the race, the advisor for that team, they have raced, I don't know, ever since we started doing this, and they've yet to have a wheel get busted up. So these are helpful. If I know Bryce sent out an email. If you want to get a hold of him, and we'll see what we can do about having some at the track for you guys to mount up if you want. It's not a requirement, but man, especially with the wheel shortages, you bust up a wheel, that may be all we got. Okay, so we've got a couple that are in repairs, but they are so beat up they may not come back to life. Call to pit. Same as last fall, but I'll foot stomp it. One pit stop minimum. You can do more. One minimum pit stop driver change per 45-minute race. It's up to you when to call them in, but we're not going to black flag cars to come into the pits for a pit stop. It's your guys' responsibility. Signal them, a poster board. If you have radios, call them in. However you want to do that, but that's on you guys to do it. Okay. No battery changes during the race. That's been a rule since Green Prix started. But battery changes between practice qualifying, between races, recharging during the day, all of that's approved, right? So there's very little restriction except for changing batteries during the race. That's a Green Power rule, and if you have to, just get a hold of myself or Bill Perry, and we'll see what the results are. But the rules state if you change batteries during a race, your lap counting stops. You want to finish the race, get out there and have fun, absolutely, right? But that's the idea, so we don't have teams changing batteries so they go super fast the whole time. And speaking of super fast, it's in that other video, but guys, drive with a brain, okay? Don't just hold the red button, steer, and pray that this works, because most of the time it doesn't, and it didn't in the fall, okay? And be prepared when you come in to do your tech and flow right through it, i.e. you've already been through the tech checklist and your car's ready to go, so you show up to Chris Sinard and the tech guys, and it's more of a formality that they're looking at stuff, yes, 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 yes. If you've got problems or repairs in the tech line, we'll still tech your car, but you're going to go to the end of the line so we can flow the other folks through, and that's especially important with the hard scheduled time for presentations. So that's the hard time, and then you work your tech and track walk around your presentation time, okay? All right, web page. Nope, ignore that. Man, ignore all this. I got too many things open, which is normally the case. Right? There's my work email full of stuff. All right, hang on. Here we go. Poor video production. That should be the name of my studio. Okay, so the Green Spaces website, we know that. Here it is, Green Spaces chat with an S, chattanooga.org. Just Google it. Programs. Green Prix. Oops. Shovel ready. And then scroll down to your advisor resources. Okay. And the bulk of these are up to date. You can see when they were posted. Again, the schedule of the day is going to be tweaked slightly. This disassembly reassembly policy is explained in the other video. It's a 5-point bonus. You don't have to do it. It's 5 extra points, but we didn't make it, another 50 points because maybe you just don't have time to do it. This will be replaced with the video we're doing now. I will show you a picture of the course map, and then we'll move on. Okay, let's see. Yeah, too much stuff open. So here's the schedule, right? And those registration times kind of soft, but we got a full day, so we're getting there really at the crack of dawn. What will change slightly is the presentation start times, just to give a little more time for the teams to get in, get settled, get their car unloaded, kind of get organized. You don't need your car for the presentation this time because you're going to go to the presentation tent, but just to kind of get your act together, get your tools sorted out, etc. Okay. Same with the middle school. It's probably going to slide to the right just slightly. And we've got 5 blocks before lunch, or before the driver's meeting, excuse me. And then what you're going to see is the same basic schedule as the fall. We'll have a 35-minute practice qualifying time to get out, get track familiar, and the best time will set the grid for the first race. Okay? Same with the middle school. And any straggler presentations will fit in if we didn't get everybody done, which we probably won't. As the high school is out practice qualifying, we'll have the middle school finish up their presentations and vice versa, right? Lunch break, and then into the 2 45-minute sprint race, or endurance race is really not a sprint race, and then finish up with awards. Okay, it is a tight schedule. Be ready to rock and roll. Let's see, course map. Yeah, that's not it. Hold on, I'm going to pause and get the best, most current. There it is. So different, significantly different from the fall. If you guys remember, there was a very tight decreasing radius corner here, and this was kind of the epicenter of a lot of the accidents. So what we've tried to do is, one, Bill Perry's drawn a better course with the space we have, with at least constant or expanding radius, a little more width of track, and some short, albeit, this is the nice long good passing zone into turn one, but you've still got a couple opportunities. Look, you get stuck behind a car here, and especially with pit entrance, you want to make sure cars on the outside, you give them room so you don't run up their tailpipe if they're going into the pits. But another short shoot here and then onto the front straightaway. So there's your overview of what the course is going to look like. Pit entrance, we'll set up a driver change lane like we've done in the past. And then if you do have to come in for a repair, you can still make it out into your pits. If you do that, you're going to come back, get a quick safety check, and then out onto the track. Same with the driver change. Come in, stop, or pit exit, make sure the safety stuff's good, you can see good visibility-wise, and then look for a little bit of a gap if we can to put you up. We're not going to hold you here for an extra 30 seconds to look for a gap in traffic. Stay aware and blend in as you get on the front straightaway. Timing and scoring, the SCCA trailer, the start-finish stanchion will be in the same place as last year. Okay, you can see we have a fair bit of room for the pits, but we can't spread out and be space hogs either. All right, let's see what else. Here's your tech inspection checklist. That helps you get your car ready, make sure it's good. And then new OpenMe, I just saw that, right? The whole presentation, guideline, rubric, and pre-race checklist is explained on this link. So it goes along with that other video that I talked about and will help you prepare for this new, much more STEM-based, more in line with the program as opposed to poster boards. I think that's it. I probably forgot something in the attempt to be a little bit more brief than normal, but there's your virtual drivers meeting. We'll cover a few of these again as we meet up in the top corner of the pits like we've done in the past, but I want to make it quick so we get out there and allow as much time as possible for you guys to get out and do your practice qualifying sessions. Right, any questions, you can email Bryce or Elizabeth at Green Spaces. And again, if you need something, you got just a question on your car, or maybe you need a repair, or this part, one of the relays is fried, let us know. We have some spare parts, but not a lot. And as I mentioned in that other video, we're not bringing out parts to help repair a car that's been driven terribly and smashed to bits. Okay, so man, I always end on that negative note. It's fun, man. Let's look for good weather, a clean, competitive race that's fun, and we'll do it again in the fall too. So looking forward to seeing you guys out there.